So how to set up an Eve agent job working in conjunction with MailChimp to distribute the email you've created, and using the templates available from Paddy that will give your divers the quality of information they need and the quality of graphics that will encourage them to come diving with you. We go to the Eve agent. The bottom left hand corner of the Eve agent, you'll see a button that says New, and the first thing we're going to do now is to select that we are going to use MailChimp. So we hit the MailChimp button there. You'll see that that now says information such as campaign and list and so on. I'm going to remove the requires confirmation to make this job fully automatic, and I'm just going to write in a description myself here and for future information so that I know, and obviously therefore you'll know when you're doing this for yourself, what this job is going to do. So this will be to send email to an open water inquiry customer on the day of the inquiry. I'm also now going to hit this click here if you want to create a new campaign in MailChimp by importing a predefined template. So I click that link and I move to this area here where we will import and edit the campaign, the newsletter, the email, all the same thing that we want to send out. And the next area you'll see here is paste into the email box below or import from a URL. And I'm going to import from a URL, and the URL that I'm going to import from is the URL of one of the templates available for you on this site you're seeing in the browser now, which is eve.paddy-islands.com. And this site contains, as you'll see here, dozens, tens, more being added all the time, of emails that you can use as a template for your marketing communications. I'm going to go to entry-level diver as the subcategory, and within entry-level diver you will then see emails such as this, an email to promote the open water course. I click on that and you'll begin to see a cut down version of that email. You'll also notice another link here that says download here. So I click as this becomes alive, this link here, and there is the email in question. Now this email has what we call a URL. This is the link up here. This email exists at this URL. So I'm going to highlight this URL and I'm going to right click and copy, and that is the URL of this particular email that I will now import into the Eve agent and ask MailChimp to deliver. So I do that by clicking this import it from a URL, which opens up the email URL box, and I'm going to paste that URL as so. And then I hit OK. You will notice that some other bits of information come in here, such as the store's email address, the store's website, the store name, the phone number, etc. That is all information pulled straight from your Eve database that fits into the various merge fields and placeholders that are built into this template. And you'll see now the template as it will go out. You'll also notice that merge fields such as this star, line, F name, line, star, which seem very peculiar but will act for you to fill in that area with a diver's first name. The diver's name obviously having come from your Eve database. You can, if you wish, change the reply to email here. So if that is a different one from the standard that you would like to have a diver replying to, the from name will be ABC Diving, the name of your store, and so on, as you wish. And most importantly, we have areas within the email template that you will want to perhaps edit, change, adjust, add to. You can simply As you'll see here, I'm highlighting. You can simply start typing new text. You can edit the links that you'll see here. This link here for the PADI Open Water Diver course, you might want to edit and send that to your own website. Simply paste in here the appropriate page link from your own website. Likewise with other links, such as ones lower down, you can of course create new links. If you would like a new link, I'm sure you all know that if you highlight particular areas of text, you can then create a new link and simply place in there the website page that you want that link to go to. Over to the right of these templates, you will see areas such as links to WordPress, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, social media in other words. If you don't want to have these here, you can highlight and remove. If you do want to have them, when you want to make sure this is your own store information, highlight, right-click on these, and you can then adjust. Another version, and this one I'll have to explain, is to press the Control and K keys simultaneously. That's Control and K on your keyboard, and then you can place in another link that will go to your Facebook page or to a video on YouTube and so on. You'll also notice that if you wanted these to be links where when someone clicks it, they open up their own email and that replies to you, you could use this Mail To option and then place in your address here. So that when someone clicks on a link within the email they'll receive from you, they will automatically start replying to you. You can adjust and edit as you see fit other areas of contact information, names down here. This has been brought in from the store name, but remember this kind of information you're seeing here is the store name as you have it in your Eve database. But feel free to adjust these templates. They're designed by PADI for you, and they are a unique benefit of PADI membership. The subject line: thanks for asking about open water, come diving with us. Whatever you feel is appropriate. Do keep it short and snappy. And this is an important part, the MailChimp list. You'll recall from having watched earlier videos that we created a list within MailChimp, and this is why we created just a background list. So I click up on that lookup bar and Eve talks to MailChimp and just allows you to say we will be using that list. MailChimp simply needs to know which list, your dive center list that you created within MailChimp. When you're happy with that, we hit OK. And you'll notice down here that a campaign name and a list name have now been entered on our general tab. Now we want this to go out on the day of someone's inquiry, because open water, like Discover Scuba, this is a vital part. People are probably contacting more than one store. So as we want this to go out on the day of the inquiry, what I would suggest we do here is we set this to run as soon as your store closes, so that all inquiries in that day will now be picked up by this agent job. So let's say the store closes at 7 p.m. So I will set this to run at 7 p.m. every day. So every day when someone asks about the open water course and that inquiry has been placed in Eve, they will now receive that template that you're seeing here on screen right now, and that will promote and encourage your divers to sign up for these courses. To finish this off, we need to go to two further tabs in the email agent. One is data source and one is filters. Taking data source first, this job we're doing, as I keep mentioning, refers to inquiries. So we're going to select from this drop down inquiries. And when we select from this drop down of inquiries, we have how soon after the inquiry do we want this to go out? Well, we want this to go out on the day of the inquiry. So that is 0 days after the inquiry date. And you will see here these are other merge fields available for you. Keeping this simple for now, we know we're going to be using first name. Leave these boxes checked as they appear, please. So 0 days after the inquiry date. And when we go to the filters tab, we can now filter down further what that inquiry relates to. And the first thing we'll do is go to column, and on that column we will choose course type. So that's when this inquiry is related to a course type, and that's when the course type is equal to, which we choose under operator, and by clicking this box here we then select the course type. This is a list of your course types in your Eve database, and we will select open water. So when the course type is equal to open water, on the day of an inquiry date, 7 p.m. in the evening, we're going to ask the agent to do this every day. It will send out that email template that we asked it to send out to any or all of those divers who we've recorded in Eve as having inquired about open water. Now I'm just going to hit a test button here, and a couple of things happen. First of all, up comes email queue. Now we didn't receive any error messages, which means we've set that job up perfectly. And we'll also see here that we have someone who has inquired about that today. Now you might want to set up your own test to see how this email will appear on phones and tablets and PCs, etc., by entering yourself and your own email address into Eve as an inquiry, which is what I've done here. And when I hit send, that will send a message to MailChimp to deliver that email using, as you'll see here, these merge fields to fill in the information so that this will come out with hi Ian, hi Fred, hi Alice, hi Bob, etc. as appropriate. The Eve agent communicates with MailChimp, and that is done. And that's just a test for you. Usually, of course, you will just now have to leave this job running, and it will do this every day for you. And that is how we can set up one job and bring in from this Paddy Island site these quality emails that you'll see here that we can use for various jobs at various times, and this quality of communication targeted, defined and refined to bring your divers and your contacts and your inquiries closer to making those purchases with you and closer to signing up for this adventure, their next course, etc. And here is that email as it has arrived in the inbox. As I mentioned, this was a test one, so you'll be able to see how it will arrive. You can obviously, if you wish, open this on phones, tablets, PCs, etc., and you'll see that the merge fields have filled in so that it's addressed with the first name. All the calls to action of how to find out more information, how to book, etc., are all here for you. Contact information, and that is something that really will be able to set you apart from many other businesses, not just within the dive industry, but certainly from many other businesses within the dive industry, with the quality and consistency of your communication. If you imagine that everyone who has ever asked about coming on your open water diver program is receiving this kind of quality of communication, both graphically within the text and of course the calls to action and the various links within the email, and most importantly, you know this is happening automatically every day. As long as you've entered those inquiries into Eve, bang, out goes this communication.